Hi, I'm Alex and this is Tank Tested. Today I want to share with you 11 aquarium products, under $20, that you can give as a gift to someone you know in the aquarium hobby. And yes, that someone can be yourself. There are links in the description to every product in this video. This is a surface skimmer. I've talked about them in quite a few videos, and that's because they really are a wonderful addition to almost any aquarium. Here's how these guys work. This little bell raises and lowers to match the surface of your aquarium. Along with the water, all the surface scum and debris that builds up in your aquarium gets sucked into this pump. That cleans up the surface of the water and allows for a full transfer of oxygen from the air into the water column. These pumps are a great addition to any tank, from a nano, betta, or shrimp tank to a larger tank with a pretty substantial surface area. This skimmer scales so well because it's not a primary filter. It just skims the surface of your tanks. Next up are your botanicals, like almond leaves, dead cactuses, and a variety of cones and seed pods. As these botanicals decay in your tank, they provide both food, cover, and breeding territory for many of your aquarium inhabitants. Over time, they will dye your water, the same way that tea does. But many fish keepers and many fish really like that look. And they're especially valuable for shrimp, as it provides a really valuable biological food source. Next up is this air pump. Now, it's a little bit over $20, but I included it anyway because it's just such a valuable addition to my fish tanks. That's because I hate normal air pumps. I live in a pretty small apartment, and if even one air pump is on, you can hear it in the entire apartment. With this pump, you don't really hear it. Now, it's not as strong as a typical air pump, but if you have a little nano aquarium, or if you're just trying to break the surface tension of the water with a constant stream of bubbles, it works really well, which is why it still made my list even though it's like $22. This is a shrimp net, but I use it for a whole lot more. It has a telescopic handle, which I like a lot, but I like the size of the net even more. Even though it's a shrimp net, I use it to catch nano fish and debris in my aquarium. With a large net, one that you typically see at pet shops, it's very hard to not disturb the decor of your aquarium. So for routine maintenance and for catching both shrimp and small fish, I really like these small nets. Next up is an Aquascaping Kit. This set comes with a zip-up container and 5 aquascaping tools. Really good aquascaping gear costs more than $20 for a single tool, but this set is a good introduction. It comes with a pair of straight scissors for trimming stems and a pair of curved scissors for trimming carpets. There are also 2 tweezers, or pincettes, which are frankly useful even if you don't do aquascaping, because it's always nice to be able to pick something out of your aquarium without having to stick your whole arm in the tank. The final tool is this leveler, which you can use to flatten either your aqua soil or the sand in your aquarium. Overall, it's a great first aquascaping kit if you're just getting into planted aquariums. This is a circulation pump. There are quite a few brands and quite a few sizes, but the smallest come in under $20. I like them because they help combat dead zones in your aquarium where water just isn't flowing. And I found that a lot of fish really enjoy swimming in their current. Next up is hydrogen peroxide. Now, this might be more of a gag gift than anything else, because this bottle definitely doesn't cost more than $2 or $3, but it's one of the most valuable products I'm going to show you today. And that's because hydrogen peroxide kills algae on contact and in low doses isn't terribly harmful to fish. Hydrogen peroxide decays into water and oxygen when mixed with water, so it's not very dangerous and it's really cheap. I recommend spot dosing it right on the algae using a syringe or a turkey baster. Next, we have a digital thermometer with a temperature probe on a long wire. I think these are great because they're cheap, they're relatively accurate, they're about as accurate as a glass thermometer, and they're way easier to read, which means you'll check them more often. Plus, they have a Fahrenheit and Celsius switch, so if you're an American like me, you can still read your temperature in Fahrenheit, even though it's clearly an inferior scale. This is a breeder box. It's used to keep fish fry out of the hungry mouths of other fish, but it has a lot of other purposes. You can put fish that were bullied and have nipped up fins in one of these and keep them safe while their fins recover. And most interestingly to me, I can put mosses or other plants in one of these and keep it close to the light and stop it from just floating willy-nilly around the aquarium. And then we have Prime, probably the best dechlorinator on the market. Unless you get your water from a well or from rainwater, you're going to need a dechlorinator to keep your water safe for fish, and Prime is really your best option. It also helps detoxify heavy metals that might come through your water main, which can make your water even safer for fish or shrimp. It's not a particularly exciting gift, but it is a workhorse that will get used. My final gift suggestion unfortunately can't be displayed on a spinning turntable, and that's because it's the digital publication of the magazine Amazonia. For $15 a year, you get 6 digital issues that have more information than just about any YouTube channel you're gonna find. It's well worth the investment. All right, that's it for me. Now I just have to figure out how to wrap these. If you found this video valuable, consider hitting subscribe or support me on Patreon like all of these lovely people did.